Just talking? Well, what's the show about? About nothing.
Let's get back into this.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen.
Ooh,
About
yeah.
him.
He's dropping his bro.
He's dropping his bro, his OG friend.
He's dropping his bro. I immediately think about that meme video where it was the guy on the bed and he's telling his girlfriend, hey, I'm horny. And she's like, oh bro, you want me to suck your dick? I'll do it, bro. I'll really do it, bro. And then he exposes the camera and she's all, oh,
I don't think I've seen that one. Yeah.
She puts her hair up and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, what
she
the
goes, I'll do it, bro. I'll do anything for my bro. You know, the way she says bro, it's like the way you said it right now. It reminded me.
Well, Seth Rogen won't do anything for his bro.
No, he won't.
Or he's going to take him to court. No,
Ooh.
I was when I seen the headline where it said that Seth Rogen basically in an interview said that he wouldn't work with James Franco anymore.
Yeah, after the allegations came out, well, let's get into it. James Franco was accused and settled, right? For those.
Yeah, he just back in February just settled. Yes,
for
allegations in 2018.
2018, like 5 different accounts, I believe. It was in a scene in a movie he was doing, in like an orgy scene, and he took the protective film off of the women, the actresses' vaginas, and
without consent.
Without consent.
The dental dam.
The dental dam. And orally stimulated them. And this is all via the Times.
But did they come?
Los Angeles. I know.
I need to know context here.
I need no context.
Details, just, you know.
Yeah.
And another
Paint a
one
picture.
was with 2 of his students. He was accused of being like outraged that they didn't want to go topless for a scene. And it wasn't even like it was just his students, so he was just teaching them like.
Oh, so like he was making a request to go topless, and they refused.
Yeah, and then he got like super angry about it.
That's kind of a red flag there.
So
huge.
All that came out, he settled, and then I believe it was just last week or just last Sunday. Sunday Times comes out with an interview with Seth Rogen, and he basically says, "Yeah, I'm never working with James Franco again."
Or at least he says there's no plans to work, right?
Well, he came out and said,
because that was the interesting thing. I was thinking, I was like, oh, is he kind of like playing it a little political, where like, oh, I haven't worked with him since, and I don't have any plans to work with him in the future or going forward or something like that.
One of those things.
Yeah.
Kind of like washing himself clean a little bit. Like, I haven't dealt with him and I don't plan on it, so ignore me.
Yeah, I think that's what I thought he might have been doing. But I don't know. Maybe.
From what I read, it said he's not going to work with him.
He's a little more hard stance on it.
Yeah, hard stance.
Okay.
And it was because he was just on the heels of being accused of being like pretty much enabling James Franco.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So
that sucks.
Yeah. Man.
So he dropped him like a sack of potatoes.
I mean,
dude, they've been friends forever too. Since like, maybe junior high.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that. See, that's an interesting. Like, I get it. Like, it's. I wonder if it's something you just have to do. Especially when you're in the light. Like,
I'm pretty sure you got money. If people are investing in you,
you just have to like distance yourselves from those people, because I could see it's different. Like, probably if you're just like us, normal people. Like, if you heard your friend, had allegations, you can be like, okay, he's a dirtbag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, I don't, he's been my bro or something like that,
It's been my dirtbag.
Yeah.
He's been my dirtbag. And that's a good conversation, because it's like you got to forgive but never forget, kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
like the friendship would definitely change.
For sure.
Yeah. It's not going to be the same if it stays, if you keep that friendship, but it would definitely like have like different things, I'm sure, like, especially like, if it's something like what Franco did, like James Franco did, like you would probably, as fathers, you'd probably be like, I don't want him really around my daughters. I don't really like, you probably think about him differently, right?
Maybe. It really depends on how strong their friendship is.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. See, I guess.
Because he would have to have been doing something with underage girls and prosecuted for that. Not just the idea of being overly sexual, that's like a lot of men, not all men. That's a lot of men, you know what I mean? Or even the idea of a man, like the fucking stereotypical.
Yeah.
You know?
It could be too how blindsided Seth Rogen felt. Like maybe he felt like maybe he was like gaslighting him this whole time, like, oh, James Franco's a good guy,
He's a great actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like this comes to light, you're like, dude, like you're like a complete. Maybe he thought like you're a completely different person. You know, I don't even know who you are.
Sure.
Because
he had these demons and never said anything about him. But
yeah,
I mean, because if you go that far, like to be honest, if you go that far as what he did, it's kind of a fucking really bad thing to do.
Yeah.
That's rape. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but there was no sexual. It was just
he orally stimulated them.
Oh, okay. So that was the only actual sexual intercourse.
Yeah, in that scene, in that orgy scene.
Which was probably on his show, The Deuce, because that was a pornographic. It was about the porn industry.
Yeah.
Okay. He was gonna use the method actor like
defense.
Yeah. I was just getting into my character.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, that's wild. Man, that's yeah.
I mean, to a certain extent, like I kind of like I had my first reaction was like, oh man, you're kind of living your bro like high and dry like in the time of need or whatever. But then like now that I think about it, like I kind of give Seth Rogen a little credit, like it's hard to want to walk away from friendships like that, especially when they're a destructive type of person like that. So I can kind of give him a little bit, like give him some like, I don't know, some props for doing something like that, just because it's very easy to be like, oh no, he's my bro, I'm gonna stand right by him. But like, especially if you're like making attempts in your life to be more conscious of things that are going on.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing is, he settled, so something happened,
Well, I mean,
I know maybe did it happen, but when I look at it as far as like, say if it was anyone else and they went to court and they settled on that case, it's kind of like you did it.
I do look at them more.
I can't take because I like James Franco as an actor, I can't be biased towards that. He did it, or that's what was said. He settled, and it's like
for me, I would need a conviction. I feel that the settlement is really vague. I'll read through it later on in my personal time, but I feel like a conviction is stronger than
conviction's always stronger
than a settlement, because settlement a lot of times too is like, I don't have time for this. This is a lot of he said, she said. I'm gonna shut you up and give you money, which is what a lot of these people really focus on. It's just like, I want money, and they just like
there are people like that.
I can't say that that's exactly the intentions, because that's very fucked up of me. I wouldn't think that, but I do know that that's very common.
Yeah, it's not uncommon. I mean, it's not like it hasn't happened where people have gone after them for money.
Right.
I fall in the kind of camp where like I usually look at them a little more guilty if they decided to settle,
and
but I do
stick through it because that's like something that's going to change everything. So that's something like you would want to fight. Like that's why I take it that way.
Yeah,
because it's his career, it's his image, it's anything he's tied
to kind of clear your name. Like you're gonna take it the distance because you're like, no, this is my good name. I need it clear.
That's why I look at it, especially with something like that. Know, feels just like a settlement of something else. Like but if it's like something where it's like sexual allegations involving women or anything like that, you're gonna want to take it all the way to clear a name.
Yeah,
I would. I don't know. That's my mindset. Is I would want to do that.
And especially, I mean, like I guess maybe I'm trying to think of like someone like with their resources.
Yeah,
like. Is it just like less a headache just to pay them off, and that's why they do it? Like
I don't know.
I mean, that's something too, but like I wouldn't want to live with that fucking image behind my back. Yeah. I mean, it's always gonna be there because you're accused of it. Mm-hmm. But like, say if you get it, if it was not true, then he went through the whole process, legal system, and got it cleared. Then I'd be like, all right, he was cleared, like
Yeah,
right. And then also too, we got to think about his legal team. Mm-hmm. A lot of times too, this is a suggested thing.
Yeah, for sure.
We suggest you do this because, like you guys are saying, you are going to be found guilty, and it's going to look way better on you to be fucking found settling over found guilty.
Because now it's one of those things. Is like
we don't know.
That's why. Because if you leave it in that vague gray area of it was never really convicted,
and you're better off there instead of in the convicted.
Yep, absolutely, dude.
And you're right, especially
one means you work again, the other one means fucking see ya.
See ya, bro.
Check out full episodes of the Strange Noise podcast on Spotify. Episodes also available on your favorite podcast platform.